Yeah, let's scratch the record.
name.
I had to just spell my own last name out. Damn.
You guys, right now, we are so excited because it's time to get all drank on.
Yeah.
We've got our cicerone. We love Ann. Our cicerone Ann.
Hello.
Hey, girl, hey, from
Such a cool
Taproom
job.
307. I know, right? Sommelier, essentially, of beers.
Amazing.
Yes,
Way
ma'am.
cooler. No, not snotty.
Much more fun.
Way more fun.
Yeah.
More accessible.
Okay, so
No
you
spit
guys,
buckets.
what a waste of alcohol. I drink spit buckets. I can't say spit buckets.
buckets. It's my nickname.
Okay, so welcome to our morning toast.
It's time for Wake Up's Morning Toast. From mimosas to margaritas, we'll try it all because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. And by 5, we mean 5 a.m.
I'm ready to party.
It doesn't matter if the glass is half empty or half full, there's always room for more alcohol on Wake Up with Taylor's Morning Toast.
Yeah, it's totally fine to drink at 9:37 a.m., right?
And no pressure.
It kicks my weekend off to a lovely start. I'm
And this
drunk
is
by
chilled.
2. I know.
That's right. I pulled it right
Thank
out
you.
of the fridge just for you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And also, I have to just give a shout out to Ithaca Brewery because Anne brought me a little gift. It's my apricot wheat beer. This is my favorite beer. I used to
amazing.
wake up on I don't know, any day of the week after being out all night long, so hungover, and I would drink this like someone would drink orange juice.
Really?
And I was like, it's just so delicious. It's so good. This is dangerous. Thank you.
Do they
Takes care
sell
of a
that all
hangover.
over?
Dude, yeah, where do they carry this? It's not easy to find.
Well, I don't know if it's technically a seasonal, but it's really, really out and has a big push in the summertime and when it's warmer out.
It's so good. Thank you.
Very
I
good,
appreciate
good,
it. Okay, so what did you bring us today to try?
Okay, so coming off of St. Patrick's Day, I brought some of my favorite Irish craft beers and Irish-inspired craft beers. And the first one that we're drinking, I just poured it and passed it around, is from Porterhouse Brewery in Dublin.
Dublin.
Yes, ma'am. And this is called an Oyster Stout. And it actually is an oyster stout. So if there's shellfish allergies, maybe you don't want to taste this one. But
What's an oyster
yeah.
stout?
So they put actually whole fresh oysters in the conditioning tank, and it just adds a really nice layer of like minerality and kind of brininess and complexity.
Interesting.
Blowing my mind. I had no
Really
idea
good.
that was so involved.
What do they do? Do they then serve the oysters somewhere? Are they like special beer oysters?
Well, you can. I mean, like I've served these with a side of an oyster.
Right.
As just a dish. I mean, you're used to seeing kind of oysters and stouts together anyway, so this just
I bet
cuts
you've
out
been
a
on a
step.
ton of brewery tours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you been to Dublin?
Yeah, I have actually.
Have you
and
been to Ireland during St. Patrick's Day?
I have not.
Oh, yeah. But what's that like? Is it like,
wouldn't
it's like
even
going to
wanna
Mardi
go.
Gras? It's like going to Mardi Gras, or New Orleans during Mardi Gras. You don't want to do that?
Or maybe they're cool with it because they're around it all the time.
That's
so
what
they
I'm
don't
thinking.
go nuts.
Oh, yeah,
I
they're
think
like,
New
we
York
live here.
celebrates
Right.
it, yeah.
This is our home. It's not a destination. Right. Okay, so let's give this a little try. I'm so happy you're drinking it, Emma.
Me too. And
That was
also,
really hard for me.
Also, it was like a month or something. I didn't do it, but we're not going to be. I won't be chewing into the mic.
Oh, right.
Yes,
We'll just
this
be
is good.
sipping.
All right, here we go. I'm wasted. Oh, delicious.
Goes down nice and smooth. Did you just take that like a shot?
No.
No judgment. No judgment.
No, I was going to say,
Sip. Yeah.
I'm going to get on board with that.
It's very good.
It's good. What's a stout, though? I don't really know. Like when
I was going to ask that, but I was embarrassed.
there's like Pilsners, IPA. I know an IPA is because I know I don't really like it that much. Like, is this an IPA?
No,
Yeah, what
that's
makes-
a wheat beer.
That's a wheat beer,
So
yeah.
what makes a stout a stout?
So there's technical parameters. I won't get into all that as far as like what color the IBUs and things like that. But really, it's an ale that has some black malt, which gives it that kind of roasted, chocolatey coffee character.
And what's a malt?
Grain. So it's malted grain. Grain provides a sugar source,
Okay.
has the color and some flavor. So typically, people see a stout and they're like, oh my gosh, it's heavy and it's strong. And
Guinness
it's
a
This
stout?
isn't too
Guinness
heavy.
is a stout. Okay, because when everything is stout, I
Yeah.
think it's going to be dark and like really like...
right. And people think that Guinness is heavy and it's so dark, and people see the color and kind of freak out a little
Right.
bit.
I
but
like this more than Guinness. This is just I like this more than Guinness.
Yeah,
Guinness is a little too much.
This is my favorite. But if you were to drink it blind, it's actually has really less calories than most beers. And
What?
it's
Well,
lighter.
now I just got sold on it. Okay, wait a second.
Really?
So it kind of tastes like coffee-ish too. Am I
Wait,
insane?
let me get that.
Okay, let me get that. Let me finish it.
I don't really taste the coffee.
There's
I don't
something
think.
about it.
Well, the thing is, the way that dark malts are roasted are really similar to how we roast coffee beans and chocolate. So there's a lot of flavors that mimic, and that's kind of where your
Right.
mind goes. You're like, oh, I recognize this from my coffee.
Oh
I
yeah,
recognize
actually,
this.
Now I don't know if it's just you're putting it in my head, like almost like an espresso type at
Yeah.
the end kick thing. Yeah.
Yes, I like it, but it will not wake you up.
Right.
It will do the complete opposite. Okay, what's the next one we have, Ann?
All right, so the next one is a New York take on a stout, on a dry Irish stout, actually. It's from Empire Brewing.
Empire Brewing. Where's
Empire.
that?
They started off in Syracuse as a brew pub, and now they opened.
Boo, Syracuse, boo.
Ithaca.
Yeah,
sorry.
Ithaca. It's
This
a
is
thing.
so fun to taste different beers.
Isn't it?
It's so because I've been to the Bacardi Rum Factory.
What?
But you can't. I've been like 7 times
Oh, where is it?
in Puerto Rico. Yeah,
I've been like 7 times.
I have.
Why?
Because I go to Puerto Rico all the time.
and it's so much fun. Isn't Puerto Rico the best?
I love Puerto Rico, and I got a place to stay that I can always stay there.
Where?
It's in San Juan near the Condado. My mom's friend.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Taylor and I went on our first vacation and we stayed at Olive, this like little boutique hotel right
Nice.
by that. It's really cute.
Love it.
Guess where I found the hotel? The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, hey, look. So you're getting something out of the show.
So embarrassing.
Listen.
They were like, how did you learn about the hotel? I was like, television. They're like, what television? I was like, the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
So you're actually putting use to the show.
Yeah, right. That was the first time Taylor and I had to poop in front of each other too. Yeah, I mean, like acknowledge that we pooped.
Right.
And then I also
Romance.
packed a pair of underwear that had no crotch, but I did not realize it. And I realized it in the bathroom. It was super weird. Anyway, moving on.
But
Did you get any fights there or anything? It's
I'm
automatic,
drunk,
right?
clearly.
Taylor's wasted. But this is better than because the rum is you don't really. There's not as many nuances to it.
No.
No offense to the rum, but this is
Rum's offend.
yeah. It was just. I like this more.
I like this. Okay, so what's the deal with this
Yeah,
one?
so this is a Black Magic Stouts from Empire. One thing a lot of people recognize with Guinness is that it's poured differently. It's poured on a nitro faucet, right? So it's
Oh,
creamier,
why?
the way it settles, the way it sort of cascades, and it has that silky mouthfeel. So the Porterhouse, the one that you just had, and this one as well, if you have it on draft, it's on nitrogen, so it's going to have that really creamy texture. But this is a nitro bottle, so you get the same effect as a draft if you pour it really hard.
Is Guinness usually in a nitro bottle itself too?
It can. There's 2 different kinds, and it has like a little nitrogen widget. So if you've ever had a can of Guinness and you see that little plastic thing floating around, you think something got into your beer.
Oh.
It's just a nitrogen widget that forces
Look at
this carbonation.
that. Learn something new every single day.
Yeah, and this is just right out of the bottle. So if you pour it really hard, it does the same thing. It's really creamy, and you'll notice a slight difference in texture from the last one.
I legit smell coffee and chocolate in this.
Me too. I smell chocolate.
That's what it is. I keep thinking it's coffee, but it's chocolate.
Is what are these better for you than like mass produced like a Miller Lite type thing?
They use real ingredients, right? So it's all malted grain instead of, like we said, it's the sugar source. So sometimes,
Right.
if you want to save money, kind of easy to make the process a little easier, you can use corn or rice.
Right, but these
sugars
are
that
probably
just
better for
easy.
you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I'm
this
trying to
is-
drink better alcohol.
Right.
Yes.
This is
That's a healthy thing I can
Yeah,
get.
I like that.
good
That's
for
how I
you.
justify it too.
Yeah.
I'm like, if it's expensive and good, then it's
Right.
like then it's good for my body. My body's just like
Exactly.
nutrients. Yeah, like this is like processed the same
Famous
way
last
Natty
words.
Light is, right?
and wait, what?
This is not processed the same way. This is not.
What is Natty Light?
But
not
there is
good.
protein. There is a lot of protein, a lot of vitamins in these beers.
In these, not
Yeah.
Natty Light. Natty Light is.
It's not good for you?
No,
It's not
no.
organic. It's not farm to table? I'm confused. Okay. This is so good.
But I love this one.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
I like
one of
this
my
one a
favorites.
little bit more.
Yeah, it's really.
But it
something.
really is bitter on the back of my tongue. Like it kind of hit me hard. Like just at the tail end of the swallow.
I don't know if I like this one more or the other one. This one seems dangerous. This one because I could just
It's silky.
Yeah, it's so really smooth.
Yeah, and what's like the highest alcohol content you can get in a beer?
Yeah, asking
Because
for a
I want
friend.
that.
I'll keep an eye out for you. I had one that was in the 60s, 60%. Yeah, from Brewdog. A lot of guys try
And
to
that's
outdo
still
each
a
other.
beer.
Wait, what's like whiskey?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's
Whiskey's like
stronger
60.
than whiskey, usually percentage wise. But they call it beer because of the way it's brewed and it keeps
How?
being distilled.
What does it
distilled,
taste
distilled,
like?
distilled. Hop cordial, really good. It's from Brewdog in Scotland, so they have all these crazy beers that they just kind of outdo each other.
Taylor's in love.
I just barfed, but I'm excited about it.
Taylor passed out. She's having a hot flash.
Wait! That's insane. So how do they pour it? They put it in like a shot glass because you can't possibly
Yeah,
have
and
like
it's fully
like,
oxidized, so you
Oh,
don't
you
have
take
to
a
drink it
shot
all
of
at
it?
once. You can sip on it, leave it,
Yeah.
cork it, put it back in the fridge.
How does
and-
it taste?
I think it's fantastic.
Is it
but
like
I
a beer,
whiskey,
though?
so
Does it taste like a beer or a whiskey?
it's like a hop cordial.
I like it when
Okay.
I like have a drink that has like beer and vodka and wine and everything in it because then it's like you put like 10% with 20% with this percent. Then you're like shit face.
Yeah, that you get. I mean, that's like jungle juice. You remember jungle juice?
Oh my god! In college,
Yeah, not
never
good.
drink the junk. We call it liquid crack.
Yeah, you can't. And it's like it's like in a trash thing.
Always.
Yeah, like
and then
don't
everybody gets mono.
sick. Yeah, don't drink out of the trash bucket.
If you're lucky,
Yeah.
you get mono. If you're unlucky, you get like mouth herpes forever. Okay. So what's up next?
This is the mouth herpes special. It's this is also from Porterhouse, but it's not a stout. It's an Irish red ale. So it's another kind of classic style from Ireland that is great for people who don't want that bitterness, that roastiness, but still want to drink something smooth and easy.
Okay.
So red ale, it's a little more caramelly, toffeed, a little sweeter.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, but it goes really well. Again, not too strong, this one, so 4.2. You won't.
Well,
We can add
weak.
some vodka if you want.
Weak sauce. Okay.
This almost tastes like a cider a little bit. Am I making that up? Is that
No,
crazy town?
I'm with you.
Again, things that make you think of something that you're used to, you can find
Right.
those similarities, and it is a little sweeter, and it's alcoholic, and
What would you drink? What's a good thing to eat with this? This is like a lunchtime beer.
anything, right? Totally. Any bar food, burgers, sandwiches, fries,
Stuff with
pastas,
fat in it.
anything fat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fat's
it kind of
good.
cuts it.
Cuts it. Yeah. It's
See,
delicious.
You know what you're talking about. It cuts it.
What's
like
the
it.
healthiest beer to drink?
Ooh, good question. Miller High Life? I do. It feels fancy. The champagne of beers, right? Is that it?
Sure. No.
Okay.
No, the healthiest beer to drink really is just a good, well-made beer. I mean, I think in moderation, it's good for you, and it keeps your stress levels down, and it keeps your smile on.
What
and
about
really-
Stella?
Ooh.
Really?
You hit a sore spot. What happened with Stella?
Nothing's wrong with to each his own. It's not,
Right.
It's not. I don't personally drink Stella, but no judgments. People who do.
Oh boy,
I prefer a Pilsner.
That's what I say when I really disagree with someone.
Well, I'll tell you what. Next time I'm coming, I'll bring a Pilsner with all malt, and you can have it next to a Stella and see which one you prefer.
Okay.
I love this.
I
Okay,
would love
great.
to do that.
And then also there was a beer that I once had once upon a time in Brooklyn at a bowling alley, and it was called, I swear, Jenny Cream Ale.
Yeah, that's from upstate New York.
And
Take that on a camping trip.
I can't find it anywhere. Where do you get a Jenny Cream Ale? Do you guys have it at your place?
Wait, we do, but you can't find Jenny Cream. Really? Huh?
No,
you should be able
in
to
my
find
mind,
it anywhere.
it's like an ice cream float, kind of, sort of. It's like creamy and sweet. Am I making that up?
No, and they use a little bit of corn sugar in a cream ale, so you have that kind of sweetness that you would get.
That's
in
my
maybe ice cream.
jam. I'm not like that all into like the Hefeweizers. Did I just make that up? That's not how it said.
Oh yeah, I like those. The hyphen Schwitzers.
Or like the white Belgian ales. I'm
I know
like,
what you mean.
they always tempt me, and then I have them, and I'm like,
Yeah, because I like that bottle and like yeah.
yep, they sell me on the bottom. But I like beers that are a little sweety, like a blue. Like if you say blueberry, I'm like, I'm in. Or like a cider, I'm like, I want it. And then I'm like, bleh, it's always too sugary. So how do you know what's good? Can we do that too?
Yeah, we'll bring in some more kind of tangy, tart, drier fruit beers. So
What's
you get
your
all
most
those flavors
popular
in-
one?
Just whatever people, it depends on the season. I think it depends on what's going on.
Was
and-
it insane on St. Patrick's Day?
Oh my God,
Yes.
tell me.
Oh my God.
How many people barfed out like on themselves?
Taproom 307, you couldn't walk in there. You literally, people were getting pushed out. I didn't. No one threw up in the bar. Thank goodness.
What do the bathrooms
Yes.
look like?
Bathrooms were okay, but about a block and a half in each direction was just mess.
I love that because your people respect you. No matter how drunk they
That
got,
says a
they
lot.
held it in. Because I've done that where I was like in someone's car and I was like, I'm not throwing up in their car because I respected the person.
Oh, my
But if I was
God.
in a taxi, it's
Forget
happened.
it. And you unleash
but
fury.
I tip if I do that full. I apologize.
Then I guess my best friend didn't respect me at all when she barfed in her straw hat after we pregame. We didn't even go into the Jimmy Buffett concert. And we got lost coming back. You know how confusing it is driving
she
around
did.
there.
She threw it into the hat.
In a straw hat.
Was it in your car?
Yes. Whatever. I forgive her.
It was only the only hat she had, right?
She did the best she could under the circumstances.
But she tried.
She did try.
But that's great they didn't throw up in your
And
establishment.
thank you so much.
These are great.
And you guys go to Taproom 307 in NYC. I still have to come.
Yeah.
You
You'll
have
be
to
there,
go.
right?
Yes, we'll get a whole thing
Yes.
together of everybody. We'll make a whole tasting for you.
Okay, great.
It's really fun to do a tasting, and you can only do that with beers like this because there's like actually nuanced flavors. That's why you drink a specialty beer. Because if you drink like a mass-produced, there's not really a bunch of differences between.
I know what we're doing next Friday
You
when
know
you're
what I
on. And I'm going to tell everybody when we get back.
What is next? Okay, awesome.
What is next Friday? You're going to be on.
Oh
Right?
no, I have to go to a funeral.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's a special
How rude.
My aunt died.
How rude.
That's really unprofessional.
I know. Yeah, she died. She passed away last week.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. It's fine. I'm just giving you shit. Please don't take it seriously. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It was a very good situation.
Okay, good. Because now I feel
But cheers.
now we're like joking. Now I feel legit weird and I'm drunk. So let's take a break. And thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We'll be back in a second. Don't go anywhere.